Now, we talked about the sauce that we're going to make briefly. So let me show you. We have a stock here, and I made a real simple stock. I had in the freezer some shrimp shells, okay, some pieces of scallop, the muscle from the scallop, and we keep that back. So here, I thought I'm going to make up some nice fresh stock for the show, and we use shrimp shells, the scallop muscle. We also used a little carrot, celery, and onion, and I had some mushroom stems, okay? I added in bay leaf, black peppercorn, and also a little pinch of saffron. That's why I have such a great color here. We bring it up, we let it just come to a boil, reduce the temperature so that it simmers, okay? This has been on the stove for roughly, I'd say about 25 minutes, okay? You strain it out, and you see that wonderful yellow color? That's what I'm looking for when I'm using saffron, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do is take and add that back to my pot, and I'll let it reduce. I'll taste it for seasoning, possibly may need a little salt and pepper. And we can add that as we make the sauce up. Now, my sauce consists of heavy cream. I took some heavy cream, I put it in a pan and reduced it, all right? And I reduced it. Basically, this you would reduce by half, and you have a nice, thick, heavy cream reduction, okay? You take that, and what you're going to do is combine it with this as this reduces. Now, if your sauce is thin, you can use something which is called a roux. You're taking 1 part butter, melting it, and then you add 1 part flour, okay? And what we have here is the roux, which has been refrigerated, and it comes together. So we take the roux, and you can add that to your pan to make your sauce a little thicker, okay? You could make this just with the heavy cream in there, but this dish with the heavy cream, but I think it'd be a lot. Now, what you're going to do is take this here, you're gonna mix it in, and whenever you're mixing a roux to a stock, one of them has to be chilled, okay? So this here is chilled, and this is our roux. This has been cooked and then chilled. So we're gonna add this to our pot, and what we're going to do is let this thicken up, okay? Now, I'll have my cream here. I'm gonna add it to this wonderful mixture, all right? And for time's sake, we'll say this is beautiful, it's working through. We'll take a look at that in a minute. And here what we're going to do is show you our sauce as we have it. Now, this has been cooking for about 10 minutes. And look we have a beautiful sauce here. Let me show you its consistency. And I'll show you that when we get it on the plate. We've tasted it for seasoning. You can season it with a little salt and pepper, and you're set and ready to go. So we showed you quickly about a roux, all right? And let's talk about our mousse. Our mousse is consisting of fresh salmon that you take and you chop it up, all right? We put it in a food processor here. And what we're going to do, this is about, you know, a pound of salmon, and we'll use that to make our raviolis, if you're just tuning in. What we're going to do here, make sure it's nice and cold when you're gonna work with it, because you're combining it with an egg white or 2, all right? And always make sure you crack your egg separate, separate out the yolk from the white. Keep those for something else. We're going to take and we're going to process this till it combines, and then we take and add in just a wee bit of heavy cream. We'll season it with some salt and pepper that we have over here. But what we're making basically is a very soft mousse, and our texture needs to be nice and creamy. You'll need to make sure that there's no bones, of course, in there prior to beating it up. And, you know, we did that, of course. But it needs to be nice and creamy and very soft, okay? And that's what the heavy cream does. And that's, you add that second. Make sure you do that, all right? And that's what the egg white does. It'll give it some volume as you beat it up, and the heavy cream will make sure it's nice and soft. Now, what we do here with our mousse is combine some lemon juice, some fresh ginger. I'm going to add in a little salt and pepper, and then some mango. So you take your mango, cut that up into small dices, cut your ginger up, peel it, okay? Peel your ginger and go back. Cut it into thin slivers and then go back and mince it, okay? And you can put that right in. And then we have some Italian parsley. And we take that and we cut it up and then we mix it. So I'm going to make some fresh pasta. I can do that in the morning and then come home and make up my mousse. Very simple, very easy. I put it in a pastry bag and you see how easy it was to take and pipe out on your pasta. Now, my water is back up to a rolling boil. It's been 3.5 minutes and I'm going to scoop out my raviolis, all right? I want to be gentle and make sure when you're cooking them in the pot that you have enough water in here and your raviolis are able to move freely with the water as it's rolling, okay? So we're going to take that and I want them to drain real well. Okay, boy, that's beautiful. They look great. This is going to be a great dish. So here I have my raviolis and I'll let them sit there for a minute, and then what I'm going to do is take and just pat them dry gently and put it on the plate. I have that done. I have my sauce finished. My garnish is going to be some fresh mint, which is julienne, and I'll show you that in a minute.